What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, your host, Anthony Sain, here live with my partner, my producer, Kenny Stubblefield. What's going on, my brother?
Man, listen, it's good to be back. I got a little jealous, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was putting together some of the shows from last week, and I see Parish all up on the producer, man. Honestly, thought I was gonna come back and you gonna be like, bro, never mind, we don't need you anymore.
That's right, you just came back, man. It's your first show back. I ain't even think about it. Man,
we got Parish, man. We don't need you anymore. I was feeling a little bit self-conscious. I'll be honest with you. It's all good.
We need you inside the same brain for sure, though. Hey, I was going raw on that joint for real. He had no graphics, no words, or nothing. I was just like, go to Credit Seed, man.
Just do the locations. You know the locations.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know you've been doing this for 3 months now. But yeah, man, we are here. We are back. Episode 105 is live. A lot of stuff going on, of course, man. Draft night is tomorrow night here for the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm excited about that. I'll be watching it at the house, man. I usually find somewhere to go, get something to eat, hang out with a few fans. No, man, I'm locked in. I want to be at the house. Yeah. I don't want to be around none of y'all, man. I don't care about your opinions. I don't care. I don't want to see. I don't want to hear y'all ask why we didn't do something. I want to be at the house, vibing, enjoying myself, man. It's a big draft. A lot of things can happen. I think a lot of things will happen. Not just with the Memphis Grizzlies, but just with the league. I think teams realize that this draft is better than people, better than advertised. I think once people started actually interviewing these guys, getting these guys in for workouts, and just kind of ignoring the noise, I think the teams are realizing that there is talent in this draft. All through the first round, I think you'll be able to find good talent that can come in and be instant role players for teams. And I just think a lot of teams just kind of realize that when you see a team like Dallas, who made it to the NBA Finals, and Minnesota made it to the conference finals.
Right.
You make a couple smart moves. You have a smart offseason. You could put yourself in that discussion. You know what I mean? For real. Especially look at the team like Dallas, who made 2 in-season moves, 2 minor moves. You think about it. They didn't add any earth-shattering players to their team.
Right.
They made 2 very, relatively normal moves, and made them an NBA Finals team.
Yep. I mean, you look at even Charles Barkley, and I'm not a big fan of Inside the NBA. I don't think it's that good of a show. I think it's it gets kind of old. But Charles has this phrase that he uses all the time, and he calls them the others. And I think sometimes we can look at that disrespectfully, but this is a draft of a lot of others, and the others are what win you championships. And so I'm excited. Like, I think there's just so much that could happen. Yep. There's so much up in the air. Have you ever been around a draft prior to the day before the draft,
and
have no clue what's going to happen?
Yep.
Like, we don't even know the number 1 pick.
No,
like, that's crazy, man.
And not just. I've had drafts where, like, a couple years ago, when it was Orlando and Houston had 1 and 2, right?
Right.
And it was some debate about who was going to go 1, who was going to go 2.
Paolo or Jabari, or
between those 2.
Yeah.
But it was, it felt like a bunch of BS. So you knew they were going to take Paolo, right?
Right.
This is like 3, maybe 4 dudes that people can see being number 1, like, for real.
And one of the number 1 guys, who's been the consensus number 1 guy, and Alex Sarr, hasn't met with Atlanta, hasn't talked to Atlanta, and they're still talking about willing to take him because they've seen footage. Like, it's wild, dude.
We took Jaren, and Jaren did not want to work out for us. Like, Jaren Jackson Jr. did not work out for the Grizzlies the year we took him. So
that happens. It happens.
It happens, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'll talk to Parish Sharkey about that and more. Definitely want to talk to him. But Kenny Stubblefield, been waiting for you to get back in that chair, man. Something I definitely want to talk to you about. You are a much bigger.
About time to get that work. That's what I'm gonna say.
You're a much bigger Tiger basketball fan than I am. I'm not gonna act like I'm not a Tiger basketball fan. Kind of tired of sharing my resume with y'all. Check out my when I went live yesterday about this particular topic. But here we are again talking about it. I had fun talking to about 12:40 in the morning last night on my live. Just having fun, man, having a good time.
By the way, I love that you've been doing those. Those are dope.
Oh, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah. But yeah, this all stems from a conversation that Marcus Taylor, of course, I interviewed him yesterday. You can check out that podcast. Did like a little special interview because we wanted to dedicate a lot today to the draft, so we didn't want to shoehorn that interview in. So we made that his own thing. Shout out to Marcus Taylor of the Taylor Made Sports Show over at 88.5. He came on yesterday, had an interview that just had a lot of that caused a lot of discussion about Penny Hardaway. Clearly the most open Penny's ever been in the interview. Had a sit down with Marcus Taylor, who's admittedly one of Penny Hardaway's friends. Penny sat down, really vented, really got a lot of stuff off his chest, opened up details about his mother and her situation. Said things like, Penny, of course, the quote that's going everywhere was Penny saying that if he left the school, this program would go down, which, of course, caused a lot of controversy. Penny shared also that they had put in a waiver form for, can't think of the kid's name.
Caleb Mills.
Yeah, Caleb Mills, yeah. Penny put in a waiver form for him. Just a lot of things, a lot of nuggets came out of that interview, right, where Penny really opened up about things, talked about a lot of the charitable things he does in the city. And just for someone who's got an ear to the city, that's not even scratching the surface to the things.
No. Like, that's the thing is, like, right. You heard him talking. It's like people are like, I wish they covered more. Man, I feel you. Like, that's not even a tenth of the stuff that he's done.
The things that Penny has done in the city.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, Marcus Taylor came on yesterday. Check that interview out. And I did I went live. I was on Jason and John. I don't know if I said this on Jason and John show. No, I didn't say it on Jason and John show. But I talked about how the thing that stood out with Penny, people were saying, if Penny left, would the program fall down? And I gave a very general maybe. And I said I can't rule that out. I think that saying that he's absurd for saying that is just wrong. I don't think that he could be right. He could very well be wrong as well. And anyway, in that discussion, one of the things that I said is that the University of Memphis is a mid-major basketball program. And your people, the Dave Woloshin Juniors and the Jacob Woloshin. I'm sorry, the Jacob Woloshins. You know who didn't jump in? Greg Gaston Jr. didn't get in this at all. And he normally comes at me when I do this stuff. I guess he's kind of, I ain't gonna say learned his lesson, but he ain't really.
He's pushed that button that you push all the time.
What's it? Oh, he blocked me?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't know if he did or not. So so like all these different fans are coming at me, right? These super emotional responses, and I know you got something on cue right now for me. So we're gonna have this discussion right now. We're gonna get all this out the way. We're gonna close the casket on this Memphis and mid-major discussion. Because it's NBA draft today when y'all watch the show and we talk about the NBA draft. And nobody gives a hot damn about this mid-major ass program on draft day. So Katie Stuff, I give you the floor, man. Tell me why the University of Memphis is a mid-major. It's not a mid-major. It's a major, high major program.
I honestly, this is my.
You don't disagree with me. Thank you.
I think it's an irrelevant conversation. Like, I don't think it's a real conversation. I think it's a red herring. I think what you did, and me and you have spoken privately about this. I think what you did is you moved the goalposts. And I think for Penny. And I think that is a silly undertaking. I think that historically look.
My Undertaker. Go ahead.
I think you look at the history of the Tiger basketball program. It was there has been multiple years of success of being relevant in college basketball.
In every decade they've been good.
In every decade they've been good. In every decade they've been a major player. I think it's an arbitrary conversation to say who's a high major, who's a mid major. I think there was one, and I texted you this, and I said there was one argument that was made that was probably the most legit, I think, in terms of an argument about mid major, high major program, and that's our guy, the basketball historian, Jay Ham, 94 feet. Great follow about NBA basketball, but he came in and he was talking about specifically the conference realignment issue. And I think that's a really good conversation to have. Is the University of Memphis a mid-major? I think that what conference realignment is telling you, the conference realignment that's being pushed and pulled by the networks that need numbers, they would say the marketplace of Memphis is a mid-major marketplace, right? Like, there's a reason why schools like SMU or Houston that are in these massive marketplaces have been pulled up to a larger conference, and that's because they're surrounded by a metroplex, a large, massive population. Here's the thing about Houston. Houston gets pulled up to that Power 5 conference. But you look at their market share of the Houston, the airwaves, it's nothing. but there's the potential there. There's a potential there. So in Memphis is the University of Memphis is a hot commodity in Memphis, but yet the marketplace of Memphis isn't as big as some of these others. And so when we talk about it being a high major, mid major, whatever, I think that's an arbitrary argument that has zero, like we have zero ability to say, like, here's what makes a high major, here's what makes a mid major. The problem is we talk about expectations, and expectations have been set by Penny Hardaway for this program
in ignorance, which I've said that the stuff he said sounds extremely crazy, especially in hindsight.
And that's fine. Hindsight being 2020, yes, it sounds crazy, but there's not a single person that would say, like, when he was hired, this idea of Penny Hardaway is going to bring relevancy back to the University of Memphis basketball program. You look at the numbers, you look at the success that he's had on the court, you look at the ticket sales, you look at all those kind of things, and it is faltering again. And so my biggest concern is when you start to say things like, when I leave, the program falters, brother, it is faltering right now.
On your watch, yeah.
On your watch. And that's not a shot. That's not a shot to Penny Hardaway. That's more so a level of it feels like expectations were set by him. And now that those expectations haven't been met, instead of critiquing the man who set the expectations, we say, let's move the goalposts and say, you were crazy for having even believing him about those expectations.
But we were,
and that's fine. But those expectations were set. And why not? Like, why shouldn't they be set that way? Because Memphis has been historically a power player in basketball, in college basketball. So are we really crazy for believing those expectations, we're going to be met by what Penny Hardaway said? I don't think so. I mean, look at the two top recruiting classes in his 6 years here, 2 number 1 ranked recruiting classes, multiple guys in the NBA. But yet there's just been a lack of success on the floor.
Let's stop right there. We got 4 dudes in the league, bro.
Okay. Multiple. I said multiple. I didn't say dozens. I said multiple.
Man, ain't like there's a lot of dudes, okay?
Multiple.
No, Imani Bates in the league too, so that's 5.
Right.
We got a fair amount of dudes. Yeah.
Yeah. Lester's in the league. James is in the league.
So why do we add that to Memphis history, but we don't give Penny Hardaway credit to that?
We do give Penny Hardaway credit for that. Absolutely give Penny Hardaway credit.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That seems like more. That's the thing that people are giving in the arguments I've had. People are giving that as a school history thing. I'm like, okay, but there's also Penny Hardaway getting elite level.
But see, that's the issue. Penny Hardaway is not bigger than the program in terms of like the overall history. So like Penny Hardaway he is bigger than the program as an entity, but he's still a part of this program because now he's the head basketball coach.
He's part of this program's history as well.
Yeah, he is probably the most integral part of this program's history, which is why I think most people are so just like act like, man, come on, like we want this to work so bad. So I don't have an issue. People are going to argue about mid-major, high-major stuff. I think that's a silly argument, to be honest with you. And I think you did that on purpose. I know you. I think you did it on purpose. But I say that to say,
dropped the bomb and walked off.
Yeah, exactly what you did. You dropped the bomb, walked off, moved the goalpost, and said, "I got you, brother. I got you, Penny. I'm taking care of you."
That's the way. Group chat, bro.
That's the way you take it. That's the way you take care of Penny. You got Marcus bringing him on his radio show. You got Anthony dropping bombs, moving goalposts, and walking out.
I thought I'd be throwing lobs. Hey, Marcus was going through. That man was.
But do you know what I'm saying? You do. I mean, I don't think it's I'm not here to argue the semantics of high major, mid major, because I think that's an arbitrary argument that is almost like in the eye. I think that's an eye of the beholder kind of an argument. Like if you are a avid
somebody
Grizzlies,
could come in with totally different dynamics and just destroy any side of the argument. Like somebody could come in and say, I think Memphis is a high major program because they get X amount of national TV games a year compared to the rest of the teams that are considered mid-major or whatever you want to say. You know what I mean?
Like I said, an arbitrary argument because you could bring in all these different kinds of facts. I think to say that Memphis isn't a major player in college basketball is a silly argument.
Yeah, we're a major. Yeah.
Are they high major, mid major, whatever that means? Are they mild major? I don't know.
I think we're at the top of the middle. I think we're at the top of the mid majors. I think I don't know who's with us, but we're at the top of it.
And I would
why
say
we can't break through. I'm not really sure. There's several factors why we can't. I don't think we've broken through.
I think conference is a part of that. I think conference is a massive part of that.
And you said something earlier where you said that it's arbitrary, but in my opinion, I think the line is more clear now than it's ever been as far as realignment is concerned, and the uncertainty of what lies beyond if you're not a part of one of these major conferences.
1,000%.
A lot of things that are being teased and fears of we're going to pay money. We're going to start officially paying players, and we'll fit into that type of scenario. Yeah. I think it's more clear cut now than it's ever been. But here's the thing, and I'll wrap this up because we're about to get my boy Parish on. It's draft day, man. We ain't got time for all this. It's all I got for this. But I'll just say this. My thing is, in the conversations and the debates I've had with people, is that people are talking like once you're a high major, you're always a high major, and that's just not true.
Right?
Like your history in the past doesn't matter when it comes down to that today, because people holler about history. Okay, like I said, UNLV dominated college basketball for about a 3-year run, national championship, lost
undefeated
in the Final
seasons,
Four, undefeated seasons, ran through everybody, right?
Killed everybody.
Who's gonna say that UNLV is a high major conference, a high major team? They're not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Butler used multiple national championship games.
1,000%.
They're not the same.
I said to you, UCLA is a great example.
Yeah, they're still decent. They've still had teams that have made deep runs and things like that, but they're not as blue blood as they used to be type of shit. You know,
their blood ain't that blue anymore.
Yeah, they're kind of baby blue right now.
They let a little teal blue.
They barely sit at the table, bro. For real. What I'm saying is, I don't think it's permanent. I think that kind of stuff you have to stay relevant, bro.
Totally agree.
I think you're only as major as you are today, and I think right now today Memphis is outside of that parameter. And I know fans get upset about that type of stuff, but I mean, like in the last, you're talking about 15 years, bro. John Calipari's been gone since 2008.
Right.
It's 2024, and we've been a team that's, for the most part, been around the middle, around the top. We haven't been bad, and we haven't been bad any year, right? We've been around the middle or winning our conference somewhere around that, but we haven't dominated amongst our peers. So that's why I started the whole thing. But it's been a fun conversation.
Let me ask you this. One last question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about relevancy. You talked about the last, however many years it's been.
Yeah.
How much of that? I'll ask you it this way. Do you believe that Memphis basketball is more relevant on the national stage today than it was 7 years ago when Penny Hardaway was announced as the head coach?
Do I think Memphis is a bigger deal now? Oh, no, because when Penny got signed as coach, I mean, you had, what's my boy on ESPN, the white guy, Scott Van Pelt, he was doing his thing. You had national people hating on Penny back then.
Right.
I remember, bro, the Jason, the heyday, the height, the peak of Jason and John show was when Penny first got there, and they had kids, dads being interviewed all the time, and just painting out scenarios of guys who could sign and could come here. Crazy. Oh man, it was a crazy run when Penny first got here. And like I said, the expectations have definitely changed, and I think he's played a part in it, him not being able to
fulfill those expectations.
I'm gonna ask this question, and we'll answer it as we wrap this up. I got to get my boy Parish on.
Yeah, you're good.
How much of our not just expectation, but believing Penny's expectations were because of us wanting to kill the ghost of John Calipari here in Memphis, where we wanted Penny to be the guy to avenge what Calipari did. I know it was a lot of that going on, man. I know, because it was people. Because you remember, I
don't think it was John.
Huh?
I think it was a redemption of Larry Finch. I think it was killing Larry.
I think it was both, bro. I think the Calipari thing was real, especially when we went head to head with Calipari for DJ Jeffries and James Wiseman and got both of them. I think those two things. I think all that together kind of set Penny up, where him running his mouth and us believing it because we wanted him to be the Calipari Avenger, right? Calipari was our Thanos, and we thought, Penny was our Avenger, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But it's a good conversation, man. I don't want to get as much time.
It's draft day. It's draft day, baby. Let's go.
Draft day, man. I can't get as much time to a mid-major program, man. Yes, Memphis is a mid-major. You can take the question mark and the is off. Drop that banner.
Hold on. My StreamYard ain't working right. Hold on.
Keep it going. We gotta go to break. We gotta go to break.
You gotta go to break. Go to break.
Go to break. I got you. Yeah, we're gonna take a break. We come back with my man Parish Sharkey. We gonna chop it up. Not about this bullshit, but the NBA draft is tonight, man. We made it, Kenny Stubblefield.
We're professionals, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that and more when we come back here on the Antwann Sain Show. See y'all in a minute.
I am about to plant my flag, brother. On June 10th, I have made my declaration. I am on the John Collins to Memphis train. Give me somebody whose game fits versus just who has the big name that you would love. The reason why he got traded from the Atlanta Hawks. He had a finger injury. Before his finger injury, he was a three-point shooting threat, also a lob threat, also a rim running big that could just stretch the floor, 15 points, almost 9 rebounds, a block a game, 62% true shooting percentage, 37 from 3. You cannot tell me that does not work next to Jaren Jackson Jr., especially if your idea is to run a 5-out offense. The guy is almost at 9 rebounds, which we need. He's stretching the floor with his 3-ball. And he's a rim runner. He is the perfect person to put in between Ja and Jaren.
Tune into the No Bluffing Podcast with your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes, every Monday at 12 p.m. only on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Give me your position group or player or however you want to break it down that you're the most confident in and the least confident in.
Whether Arthur Kaluma plays for Memphis or not, it's the backcourt of Tyrese Hunter and PJ Haggerty. Them getting PJ Haggerty this year first was a needle mover to the highest degree, I think, in terms of what kind of expectations for this team. In terms of weakness, depth, maybe. Not having David and not, if they don't land Arthur Kaluma, not having Arthur Kaluma, I think then depth becomes an issue. But I would also counter that and say we probably won't be hearing over the season, why is Penny playing 12 players?
Yeah.
Shorten his rotations. Well, now it's kind of forced to if they don't have the horses off the bench to be able to come in and produce. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing for a Penny Hardaway team.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Join Daniel Greer and Nathan Qualls this Wednesday at 7 p.m. for the Grizz 901 live draft show. Draft experts Chip Williams Jr. and Ryan Meadows will help the guys break down each pick as they happen. Join us live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Antwann Sain Show, man. Back with my boy Parish Sharkey, man. Here for the sit down with Sain. Parish Sharkey, my boy, what's going on with you, man?
What's good? What's good, man? It just feel like I just saw you.
Yeah, I know, bro. We made it, man. We made it to draft day. It is here. I'm not gonna get into a lot of details, bro. You know what I mean? Because you got Daniel Greer got his show tonight. Y'all are probably all draft analyses out from everybody all up and down the television. Yes. All up and down your phones, all up and down YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you're doing. All the analysis out here. We just gonna have a cool conversation on some of the stuff we observing from afar. I don't want to talk about the Grizzlies draft too much, man. I'm out, bro. It is what it is, but we'll see in a few hours.
Hey, shout out to you for answering questions on my article that released this morning as well.
Yeah. Check out my boy article, man. The Parish Sharkey put out on Bluff City Media. Check it out. Some of the things, some of just the last minute thoughts from a panel of Bluff City Media contributors. I got my thoughts in, and if you ask me today, my thoughts will probably change. I don't even know what I said. It's that much of a revolving scale, man, of how I feel about this whole thing. There's a soft list of guys I got in my head that I'd be happy if the Grizzlies came away with, and I have them split in half, bigs and non-bigs, right? So it's like I got a list of bigs I'd be happy with pretty much in order, and a list of non-bigs I'd be happy with as well. I just think there's so many things that can happen tonight if the Grizzlies go up there and draft any number of dudes. You know what I mean? I would not be upset with it. But I'm gonna talk about some other things going on around the league before I go that way. Number one, my biggest fear is that the San Antonio Spurs come out of here with Donovan Clingan, and they have the most gangly, long, scary-looking ass front court. The Super Twin Towers. We saw Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Wemby and Clingan would be so freaking disgusting, bro. I want no part of saying that. What are your thoughts on that possibly jumping on?
Oh, no, I think in today's league, I mean, I guess they'll pull it off because Wemby he ain't your typical big man. He could play on the perimeter a little bit or a lot. So really, they could make it work.
Forward, really, but anyway.
Yeah, they can make it work actually. So I'm of the opinion, like it was me myself. I ain't gonna say I'm worried about other teams, but if the Grizzlies make certain moves, wherever San Antonio do won't scare me, right? Yeah. Wherever Houston does won't scare me. No matter what.
Gonna suck, but who wants to see that, bro? Who wants to see 7'3" or whatever Wemby is and 7'4"?
It's gonna be tough because when you people are already thinking twice driving to the hole with Wemby. Then you get him in clean game. You might as well go and say the paint and shut down. Low key. And the Grizzlies case that does hurt because that's what we need to address this season. Shooting. We still need to address the shooting question. So in that case, we need to be able to shoot. With us not being able to shoot, we might have trouble playing San Antonio 4 times a year. And sometimes you just have bad matchups throughout the season. Hopefully we only have to run to them in playoffs in this scenario, or we just need to get better at shooting because to that point, that's a dominant front court and defensively, you don't want to see that for real.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying on that, man. That would be scary for sure. And speaking of San Antonio drafting Clingan, part of the melee, part of the mess, the mucked up situation with that whole thing is goofy ass Atlanta Hawks, man. And I'm sitting watching my timeline all day long, and I'm seeing where Alex Sarr is basically out there now. The stuff that was taboo at one time that was kind of speculated. Atlanta is coming out basically saying, Sarr won't interview with us. And he's saying, I don't really want to talk about that. I just want to be in the NBA. It's a big difference in money per year between number one and number two. Seems like an odd strategy. I understand playing the long game. There are people saying that he's saying that because he thinks he's a power forward, and Atlanta already has Jalen Johnson, and he knows that he would have to come off the bench for him. And he feels like, if he goes to Washington, he could play the 5 or the 4. He could be the starter at either position probably. I guess that's his logic, but how did this be such a bad PR move? Like, how does that type of stuff get out? Like, why did the Atlanta Hawks admit themselves that guy wouldn't work out for them? Like, what was the what would I don't get it. Like, what's the strategy of even letting that part out?
Like you said, poverty franchise.
Poverty, man. Goofy, man.
Right. I mean, that's something I definitely try to keep on the wraps. Cause like you said, I think like you said, it feels like Atlanta got that out, not the opposite way, not Alexander Sarr getting out.
Yeah.
So it really makes no sense. This I don't even know where do you make it there because it's you're already showing your hands, right? And you're hurting yourself in trade value. Somebody made one trade up to get him, and now all of a sudden, oh, you know what? He ain't gonna go number one. Okay, bet we ain't got to try to trade for number one no more. So it hurts.
Atlanta's gonna be goofy, and Sarr is going to. They're gonna mess around, and the Spurs gonna take Clingan to 4. Like for real, they gonna bluff so bad that it's gonna look so weird. Some super munked up gonna happen, and they're gonna mess around and take Reese's share of somebody who won, and then it's gonna screw up the whole thing. And Clingan go 4 to San Antonio. I guarantee you, bro. I guarantee you that's gonna happen. But speaking of that, do you see a lot of activity going on draft night? Like I said, I think it will be around the league. I think you'll see a lot of activity involving draft picks. And just draft night is like a night that teams kind of make deals happen. I want to say draft night is the night the Grizzlies got Zach Randolph, one of those type of things.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be a busy night tonight?
That's a good question because every year we feel like it's going to be a busy trade deadline and draft night. We always feel like it's going to be a busy night, and it's never as busy as we think initially heading in. The difference with this draft, though, is we don't even know who the hell going number 1.
Yeah.
That lets you know all you need to know. So there, I do expect a lot of movement tonight because if you don't know who's going number 1, really like 1, 2, 3, like Jonathan Clingan could go number 1, right? Like, but he could also go number 4. He also could fall to 9 potentially.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's Sarr could potentially, I ain't gonna say fall out of the top 5, but he could fall down to number 5.
He could go 3
or 4 or 3. Yeah, like it's like you really Reese share could go 1, 2, or he could fall out the top 5. So you really don't know who's going where. The Grizzlies, Devin Carter is a person name I keep hearing I seen him in projections mid to late, well, not late the first round, but like close to the 20s. But he also could go top 10. So yeah, so it should be a lot of activity because just based on how the board just is all over the place right now.
A lot of conflicting reports have been out about Marcus Smart involving the Grizzlies and what we may do with him. There was an article saying that the Houston Rockets were interested in Marcus Smart and the number 9 pick coming up for the Grizzlies to get up to number 3 to take Donovan Clingan. That and of course the Ime Udoka connection was something that was mentioned with that. And then you also heard reports coming back from the Grizzlies saying that they're not interested in trading Marcus Smart, right? How much of that do you think is semantics? And what I mean by that is, as constructed, what you're trying to do now, Houston, we're not down for that. But if you get a player that's good enough for us to take back from Marcus Smart, we can talk business. How much of that do you think? What do you think? Do you think that's real? Do you think the Grizzlies really would not trade Marcus Smart, like in those scenarios? That he's untouchable, pretty much.
I don't think he's untouchable, but not for number 3. I don't think you're trading up.
I never thought that trade was real. Yeah. I thought there were parts of that trade that haven't made public yet, or that Houston hasn't really showed the effort to get another team involved, or Memphis can't get another team involved. But I don't think that they were saying that Memphis will not trade Marcus Smart. I just don't buy it. I just don't think
you just ain't trading. He's still a veteran player that could produce for you if you don't. If you haven't had to trade him, you want to try and see how it works. You can break him. Yeah, he's still a player that you would prefer to have over a rookie, no matter what. Yeah. That rookie may not be ready. And if you're ready to win a championship, Marcus Smart is already there. He's ready for that. So now I want to see that. And speaking of Marcus Smart, I haven't finished that podcast yet that he was on Theo Pinson show, Run Your Race. But I got to the part where he did say the time he felt like he was ready to go to the NBA. And of course, he mentioned the game against the Memphis Tigers. So ironically, y'all saw my Tiger first segment when he busted out.
We'll talk about that for the 3-pointer. We'll narrow in on that and just the whole Marcus Smart situation altogether. Yeah, but another trade involving the Grizzlies. So another reports came out yesterday, basically saying that the Grizzlies have interest in Day'Ron Sharpe of the Brooklyn Nets, as well as Dorian Finney-Smith of the Brooklyn Nets. And me, I went on my trade calculator. Let me push my glasses up a little bit. I went on my trade calculator, and I see a trade that makes a lot of sense, really, for both teams, man. And that's Luke Kennard and maybe a Zaire Williams and, a future pick, 2 seconds, whatever we're doing, going out to Brooklyn for Day'Ron Sharpe and Dorian Finney-Smith. I think that would be a home run for the Grizzlies if you can get off of that Zaire Williams contract, get a Day'Ron Sharpe contract in, Dorian Finney-Smith, who had a down year for Brooklyn, but a guy that you think can possibly have that bounce back year for us, being in our small forward, our wing rotation, a guy that can guard, multiple positions, probably 4 positions on the court, and Dorian Finney-Smith, even if you have to sweeten that with draft capital or whatever. What are your thoughts on a deal like that happening as soon as tonight on draft night?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I would say you do make that deal. Dorian Finney-Smith is a decent 3-point shooter. We Dalton Connect, welcome to Memphis. we need a shooter badly. 2 shooters. Gonna draft one of the other guys.
If you do a trade like that, you would take Connect in 9 if he's there.
I'm taking 2 shooters in this draft. Connect and who's the other guy from Creighton, Shireman, or all these different.
I don't know, but my boy NDQ talk about him all the time.
we need 2 guys. So yes, I'm taking.
I can see that. Another guy that you may or may not have heard some reports about, but just a guy that, like, as a fan, you kind of feel like this guy could be used to possibly even get back in the draft or move up in the draft from our second round pick, is a guy like Santi Aldama. How much value do you think a guy like Santi Aldama has as far as being a guy that you can use as a standalone piece, like DeAnthony Melton was a few drafts ago when we used him to get back into the draft? What do you think Santi's value could be tonight?
Yeah, I think probably similar. I'd probably say even a little bit more. Like I said, I think Santi, his contract, I think he's getting paid $6 million this upcoming year. I think a lot of teams can see, like, he's a decent player. He's a role. He's a role player, right? I can see plenty of teams seeing, like, hey, I want that type of player on my team, player who can play multiple positions, who's a big man that can shoot. Although not necessarily an actual true big man, but he got a lot to his game that I think a lot of teams would covet. And if you're talking about just using a package in the 39 pick and him to get back into the end of the first, like when they got Desmond Bain, when they got Santi himself, they drafted him back into the first round to get him, right? So yeah, I definitely can see that. I think he has some value around the league overall.
I've got a list of guys that are big men, and I've said why I value taking a big man in this draft. Not because, we need a big man, like not because of that, but strictly because if you find a guy that's your guy, you'll have him the entire run of John and Jaren, and for all intents and purposes, right?
That contract.
The contract, you'll have that deal for this entire, prime of John and Jaren. But with that being said, there's a few guys that if they're there at 9, I'm running to the podium to get them. That's Donovan Clingan. Zach Edey got into that list. I came off of that. They got me. They got him. They got me, right? We got him. Zach Edey is a guy I would take at 9 if he's available. I don't have to trade down. I would just go to the podium and take Zach Edey. Khalil Ware is another guy I take at 9.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, where does that list stop for you? Are there other guys outside of those 3? Those 3 might not even be on your list, but what guys would you take at 9, and where does that line kind of stop as far as guys you would take there, as far as bigs are concerned?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know anybody outside them 3.
I know that Messi kid is getting some.
Oh no, I'm good. I know.
Yeah,
that's my guy from Duke. I don't care for him, but Filipowski.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the other one I know. Yeah, my list probably stops at those 3, and even Zach Edey. Even for me, I'm still at number 9. But I won't. If the Grizzlies do it, I'm not gonna be mad, right? But for me, I like Khalil Ware. I like his athleticism.
I'm a guy who jokes about teams using DNA splicing, right, and like taking former players and making one player, right. And I look at Zach Edey, and I'm like, it looks like they took a little bit of JV. A little bit of Steven Adams, and a little bit of, I hate to be offensive, but Yao Ming, and they just made this hybrid, like this monster player, right? And it just seems like for what we need him to do, Zach Edey would be perfect. He'd be perfect, and he'd fit right in. And you talk about lob threats, you talk about guys' athleticism. Man, I do. If he's 7'4", man, you just throw it to him, he goes and gets it. He goes and gets it. You know what I mean? And he's never played with. I'm sorry, but there was no John Morant on the rosters, at Purdue, right? You know what I mean? Like, I think if you get that guy and kind of simplify his game, he could be a monster for us, bro. And the more I look at him, and the more I hear him talk, and more I hear interviews with him, I'm convinced that he could come in and play that role. So what are your thoughts on Zach Edey if he's a guy that the Grizzlies take at 9 and they make him our center for the future? Full-time starting center for the future.
Full-time starter. That's where I probably have possible calls. I see him more as like a bench, come out the bench, and because we need bench scoring as well. And also start in spots, not necessarily be your full-blown full-time starter. I just look at it as like a person you come in, you can get buckets, get points, get some easy paint points. But whatever take the bet, starting is fine. I don't see him finishing games.
Okay,
that's why I'm thinking. I'm thinking more on the finishing side. I don't see him finishing games, which the Grizzlies' plan is probably to finish with Jaren and Brandon Clark anyway. So him starting, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I'm really thinking about finishing games. Starting, he's fine.
Is there anything that's relatively realistic that would surprise you if the Grizzlies did it tonight in the draft? Like whether that's a trade made or a position of player that they'd be taking, or is there anything that would have you like, I don't know about them?
Drafting some random dude of all these names we mentioned, somebody that name I haven't heard. Half the blue. I mean, like, would you like somebody like Carter, right? Like it won't surprise me.
I don't think
every name I've heard, like Carter, Connect, Holland, even Filipowski, if they were drafting that one shot. Right? It's just like
I can't see myself losing sleep over any of these dudes. Like I can see myself like tonight excited about whoever comes out. I just think that's just where I am.
Be fine.
All right. So what was your go ahead.
I would say I guess Holland would be fine. I like Holland, right? But I don't want them drafting. He's like the only potential player. Yeah, project player that I'm fine with drafting. I don't want another Zaire.
Oh man.
That's what I don't want. I don't want them trying to do that again. I hope that it don't sound like that's what they're gonna do, but please, we don't need that if we're trying to get a championship contention next year.
Any thoughts on the cryptic tweet that Zaire put out last night about none?
I have no idea what the tweet means.
He said something about the truth is you free or something like that.
I know. I have no idea. I saw him like,
you suck, Zaire. Like,
is he talking?
Get out of here, man. All right, John Morant had a big weekend for John Morant, a proud weekend for John Morant. And he even said himself, man, he was proud of himself, that he was, kind of touched by what was going on. 600 kids showed up at John Morant's basketball camp. Super cool videos coming out from the media, from photographers, content creators that were there. Crazy event, man. What are your thoughts on that event? And does it just kind of show you, even though he's been gone, John Morant still is a key player and one of the faces of the league?
Yeah, sometimes you have just pop out and show. I ain't gonna say the last part. You just gotta pop out and show folks, right? and John, he pulled it back out, man. He had all 600 kids. I don't want to be a a-hole for asking this question, but it's about a couple weeks ago. Everybody's talking about how much it costs, right?
Yeah.
So did Scott? It's nice that all 600 kids were able to afford it. This was affordable for them. So thinking about their costs now, and I can say, ask you this question, thinking about their costs, how everybody's complaining about that, but now seeing his outcome, how do you feel now in the aftermath, thinking back to our thoughts at that time when he was talking about the money?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, I still kind of feel a way about that whole thing, because I would have preferred that I'm cool with this, because I know this is something that John's doing with a third party, right? I would like to see John do something for the free. And like, I'm talking about quick, like first 100 people sign up but free. You know what I mean? Or just or just pull up at somebody's day camp that's already going down and just do something like that. Surprise kids. I would love to see something like that, but I ain't gonna hold them to it. I mean, whatever. I'm not really tripping about that. Also, man, something I've heard this going on is that you're probably gonna see Ja doing a lot of stuff draft night tonight. You're gonna see him popped out, whether it be with Nike or NBA stuff during the draft. So with that being said, I think that's something else that's solidified that Ja still,
Oh yeah, we
one of the dudes in that face of the league.
We never doubted it.
We never doubted it.
National media tried to do what they tried to do. But hey, Josh still a dude. He just need to come back healthy.
Yeah.
But going back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I would say, going back to the camp. Like I said, great event. Just glad that you had that much turnout with the costs associated, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just makes you wonder, like, dang, how many more could you have if it wasn't even that much? Like, I think it was close to 200 or something along those lines. Like, so that's awesome to see that. Awesome for the city. Awesome that we have this sports entertainment event complex for that to go.
That arena is like so dope, man.
Yeah.
Damn. And shout out to Michael Cole, who finds political ways to be shady as hell sometimes on Twitter, saying, "Oh, just by comparison."
With Donovan Mitchell or somebody. I forgot who.
No.
Forgot who that player. I saw the tweet. I forgot the other player.
Just by comparison,
he only had 300. Bro. The other player only had like 300 something.
Why I can't remember anybody's name, bro? This marijuana has ruined my life.
Look at them.
Indiana Pacers, man.
What's the player? Tyrese Haliburton.
Haliburton, right? He said Tyrese Haliburton's camp did like 250 or something like that. Ja did 600. Come on, man. Stop playing around. I guarantee you Haliburton was charging
325.
I guarantee you wasn't charging what Ja was charging, man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. And Haliburton ain't got no shoes. Kids are just wearing some potluck ass shoes to his joint, man. Ja had about 500 pair of J's in that joint, man, for sure. Yeah, man. But like I said, great event. Good seeing him with his daughter, man. Again, as always.
Man, she can old, man. She growing up quick.
Parish, what is going to be your draft watching experience? And in the comments, y'all can tell us how you're going to watch the draft as well. Are you going to watch it at the house? You're going to try to find somewhere where some fans are watching it. You watching it amongst other fans, friends. You're not going to watch it at all. You just want to keep up with it on your phone. Go up to some random bar, some random restaurant. How do you plan on watching the draft tonight?
Initially, I was going to watch with my guys, but got an opportunity to go to the Fitness Forum and cover it. So I'll be at the Fitness Forum. Wait. Oh, no, bro. Oh, no. I'm about to go. What? Oh, the boy wouldn't even invite me. I didn't even get that email. Hold on, bro. Let me check my email right now, bro. I'm about to go viral on this joint. Check your email.
Hold on, bro.
Man. I would assume you got it.
Hey, I'm about to. Where it come from, bro?
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, bro. Where it came from? Memphis Grizzlies. Man, if I ain't get the email, bro,
Man, I had messed up on here. It's communications, man.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna go out, bro. They got something for real?
Yeah. We supposed to start climbing after the draft.
You ungrateful, but then they'll watch.
I just said it, man.
I ain't getting nothing from you. Oh, bro. Hey, I better look later, man. I'm about I'm about to get on start tagging folks on Twitter, man. What? Oh, hold on.
Hey, Kenny, you gotta find that.
Right now on the show. Kenny, say I won't call you for right now on the show, man. Say I won't do it, Kenny. Nah, he said
called him. He said called him.
You did? Hold on.
Yeah.
My chat ain't said it. Hold on, bro. Who I need to call?
That might got breaking news on there.
AKA Grizz PR, man. We for the deal with this, bro. Why ain't get but wait a minute, wait.
I'm about to get my man squabble. This is funny.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, you can't get this nowhere else.
Might have called Pope.
This is fantastic podcasting right now. Breaking news: Anthony's been banned from the FedEx Forum. Breaking news.
Hold on. I ain't gonna put.
You be in trouble for real.
Yeah, that ain't gonna go well. So, Parish, you got invited to go to the FedEx Forum? You got invited to go to the FedEx Forum? So who's going to be speaking?
I don't check my email either, though. So
who's going to be? Is Zach going to be there?
Yeah. So after the draft, we'll do the media availability.
That's fun. That's good stuff.
Hey, brother,
I know. Hey, guess who?
Folks,
hey, I want to dig that knife a little bit deeper. Guess who else is going to be there? Sean Coleman.
Let me check my email. When you get that email, bro?
On the 24th, June 24th at 1:59 p.m.
Hold on. Let me see my dates, man. What's the day?
The 20. But right now is the 20.
What day of the week was it?
It's this week.
Today is the what?
Today is
You got it yesterday?
Yeah, yes. I got it. Yeah, time was recording on yesterday. Yeah, I'm trying not to get the audience confused with what day the show is coming out.
Hey, bro, I'm about to cut up, bro.
He's got pit sweats now, man. He's got nervous, man. You got that man nervous.
I'm feeling.
We need to get Sean on the show real quick and ask him
about the email. I'm feeling.
Hey, BCM represented by Parish Sharkey and Sean Coleman at the.
A lot of things I done for these folks, bro. Let me find out Michael or somebody got that motherfucker. I'm all right, bro. Yeah. Matter of fact, bro, I ain't been getting emails from them from a long time. Like I never check my email, bro. Hold on. I feel away, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I ain't invite them, I'm coming anyway. Goddamn, that's what they don't know. Coming into that way. But yeah, man, that's it, man. Go to break, man. I'm befuddled over here, man.
Here we go.
It instantly gave the Memphis Grizzlies organization credibility. What was Jerry West doing moving to Memphis to work for the Memphis Grizzlies? And I think it's the biggest acquisition the Grizzlies have ever made.
And I remember him when we were in Memphis and I was here playing, and he was GM, and we played in the summertime, and he brought in Cesare Trubansky. We got done playing, and he was like, "Well, what do you think?" And I was like, "Well, I just don't think he's an NBA player." And he's like, "No, I think he's gonna be a pro." I was like, "Well," when we got ready for the next year, Cesare Trubansky was traded with me to Phoenix. So I guess that's how much he thought he and I were gonna be any type influence on the Memphis Grizzlies. You want to give me basketball advice?
Who'd the Grizzlies get back?
I was like Bo Outlaw.
Bo Outlaw, that's right, it was. It was Bo Outlaw.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
On the topic of size, though, the other guy you have low here, I'm going to bring your board back up, is one I think is going to stand out to a lot of people, and that is number 14. Antwann. That's way lower than a lot of people have him, and I know most Grizz fans out there, unless they're Zach Edey fans, are saying if Klingen's there at 9, you've got to pull the trigger.
I'm just not big on a lot of the bigs, honestly, and I think with Klingen, I think he is what he is. He is very similar to Walker Kessler to me, and Walker Kessler became a backup for a 31-win Utah Jazz team. He looks clumsy to me. He does not finish well. The ball's kind of always flipping around, and that's just not someone that I'm looking for the Grizzlies. And anytime, like, just kind of a draft rule for me is if he's a big man and he's not elite, I'm not taking him in the top 14.
Come hang out with Daniel Greer and Nathan Qualls on Grizz 901 Live. Every Tuesday night at 9:01 live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Oh man, I'm befuddled. I didn't search the word Grizzlies. I ain't get that. I searched Memphis. I ain't see nothing. I searched draft. I ain't see nothing. I got an email from Adam Silver, goddamn it, but I ain't get an email from goddamn the Memphis Grizzlies. Only thing I had about the Memphis Grizzlies is from the online store. Thanking me for a purchase I made. They probably only sent this email out to people who actually attended games and that like had locker room access, or
or ask questions like, who's that New York point guard? What's his name again?
Y'all can't avoid me, man. I just pull up. They know I just
exactly. Hey, you've got an open. You got an open invitation, man. Open.
I know that.
Invitation.
You know I know that. You know I got to pull up. You know I got to. Man, if I could get or miss the phone, it would have been great.
Oh, man.
Just gonna have to pop out and show him.
Pop out. You all right? You good?
No, I'm all right, bro. I'm all right, bro. No, I didn't put years in this, bro. I didn't put years in this.
You did.
Yeah, man. I'm struggling, bro. I don't really know what to say about this.
Hey, how about we get to the 3-pointer?
Yeah, the 3-pointer.
Let's say, don't we got 3 points?
Let's get to the 3-pointer.
In the world of sports, man.
I forget the whole thing.
Oh man. Hey, I'm on my phone, but I'm shooting somebody a text, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm not texting. Yeah, so yeah, this is a text about something else going on. The 3-pointer, where we're talking about 3 things going on in the world of sports. Number 1, I've not been invited to the Memphis Grizzlies draft shit. Man, I don't care about that old weak shit no way, man. That shit used to be fat. He used to have food, and I don't want that old Jason Della ass sandwich if it get y'all. I don't want that shit, man. Sitting in the room waiting up to about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning for Zach Kleiman, twisted up mouth ass. We're all excited. Some motherfucking ass up. I'm not staying up 2 o'clock in the morning to hear your ass capping, man. We're excited about potential.
We've really added to the ceiling, the continent, the
yeah,
continentality.
man. I heard y'all capping about goddamn. What's that boy name? Sorry, David Roddy. I heard y'all. I saw Taylor Jenkins crying and shit over David Roddy. Like,
what's the
like he married his damn son?
What are the words? There's some like Grizzlies content creators, even on BCM, that have words that they like to use when it comes to the Memphis Grizzlies basketball, like whatever it is, roster, whatever.
Talent evaluation. What's that shit?
Multiplicity, there's some words that are so funny, man, and it's like,
man, it's the motherfucker hooper. That's all I want to know.
Is he a hooper? Tell me if he's a hooper or not.
They did that shit with Roddy, LaRavia, all that now, bro. He's hooping. I'm really confident. Confident he's going to be hooping.
What are his?
All I need to know, man.
What is
But
his?
I'm not staying up 1 o'clock in the morning to wait to Zach Kleiman ass, bro.
The
I ain't gonna be like this year because the draft over after round one.
It's gonna be interesting.
But then they'll be talking about they might be trying to make some moves, make some phone calls for day 2 type shit too.
I know what it is, bro. You got invited the second night of the draft.
Call.
Hey, Kenny, the draft at 3 o'clock on the next night, so it ain't even night. It's in the afternoon.
You got invited to that one, man.
Call Sean Coleman, get him on here, man. I'm out. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it, big dog. Y'all got it, big dog. But anyway, man, the 3-pointer, 3 things going on in the world of sports. Number 1, Parish Sharkey, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark dueled again this past weekend. This time, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky came out on top. I think we're looking at just, and we said this at the beginning of the year, and we kind of predicted Caitlin Clark to go off, and Angel Reese not so much. But bro, is Angel Reese the rookie of the year this year? Like being for real,
right now she is.
She got like 8 straight double doubles.
Yeah,
like she's second in the league in rebounding.
Yeah.
Angel Reese.
No rookie's done what she's doing right now.
Shout out, bro. Shout out for sure. I ain't gonna lie. I'm loving this stuff, man. I'm back. I know I told you I was done with the WNBA, man. I'm back. Everybody to calm they wild, weird ass. People have calmed their weird ass down, man. Like until something else happens.
Until something else happens. Yeah.
Did you see that workout video though? Did you see that workout video?
Juju.
Damn. Oh yeah. She ready.
I'm talking about I was in there.
Hitting with the left handy. I was like, ooh, man.
Ooh, shit.
Man. Hey, also. Juju, man. I about to say, also just going back to the
Angel Reese, like a dude watching, like a boyfriend watching, for real.
Oh yeah, she be smoking.
Yeah,
hey,
go ahead.
To the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark thing, the girl who the first assault, Kennedy Carter, he's dropped like 25 points in that game. So
she's hooping too. She took her power, man. She took Caitlin Clark's power. Hadn't she been hooping since that game? Like Kennedy Carter's been killing.
She started because she wasn't even starting at the time. She started now, so yeah, she's been balling.
Went all the way crazy. Yeah. So I'm down for all of it, man. Sign me up. Number 2, though, bro.
Hold on, real quick. I love the comparison, though. You said it, I think. You're looking at the right now in the era of WNBA.
This Magic and Bird.
This is Magic and Bird, but Jordan's coming, man.
In a couple of years, Jordan coming. Oh, and finna get y'all ass up out of there. Juju finna come in and bro, you talking about it? This girl's a true freshman last year, bro.
I know. She got to stay all, and she got to stay.
She's got to stay all 4 years. That's gonna change though. That has to change.
It's gonna have to change, bro. The WNBA like, nah, bro, get her in there. Like,
they ain't changing for Maya Moore. I don't know. They changed.
Right. That's true.
You gonna start? Hey, y'all ever seen the movie Lean on Me?
Yeah.
And you gonna start seeing a compilation of Juju. Everybody needs somebody with a cram in her schoolwork. Get your ass out of school. Graduate your ass.
Graduate early.
Yeah, she's gonna graduate. Why are we wasting your talents?
Yeah, you gonna see Juju. Little figures in class on their videos somewhere. I got them. They about to get Juju ass out of school. You better believe.
And what's crazy is she's still just 18 years old. She ain't turned 19 yet.
That girl finna tear the league as cat raggedy in a few years. You better believe that shit. Man, all this stuff y'all saying, keep that energy about Juju for real, because it's happening for sure. Number 2, man, Marcus Smart had an interview up with my boy Theo Pinson on the Run Your Race podcast. I haven't watched the whole thing. They had it broke off into chapters, which I thought was pretty dope. So I went and looked at the stuff I wanted to look at. First thing I went to was his thoughts on the Memphis Grizzlies, of course. Basically said that he enjoyed his experience here, young team that he sees that could be, that next team up. You know what I mean? He said that something he said that was kind of funny, but real was that he said, man, we were all hurt at the same time. And we just built a lot of camaraderie, whether it was rehabbing together or just talking shit on the bench. He said, I got to be real tight with these dudes because we're all sitting there, messed up on the sideline. So, yeah, good interview. It was good to just see Marcus Smart. Just hear him speak, man. He said he didn't feel any way about the Boston Celtics. He felt like he did a lot to add to that. And he just talked about how Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are 2 guys who seem like they just play well off of each other. And just one of the great duos. And he just talked about, how that young team they had when those guys were very young. Rookie Jason Tatum even going to the conference finals against LeBron in Cleveland. Yep. You got to think Marcus Smart was still super young on that team too. So, props to Marcus Smart. Good interview. Like I said, if you're if you're excited about Marcus Smart coming back, the interview definitely was very good. Plus, he's got a haircut. He cut all his hair.
That was the first thing.
Yeah.
I was like, dang.
You said it. You said he got his haircut. He's gone.
Yeah. And I can't even joke on Twitter without folks being jackasses. You know what I mean? People just so tight wound right now and lunatics. You know what I mean? So, yeah, for sure. Also, number 3, we'll wrap this up. Big news for the University of Memphis. I'm not going to lie. For the first time in my life, I tuned into social media for a Memphis football commitment video. And I'm like, I'm watching Quavo on the bottom of the screen like this the whole time. And the kid, his dad, and his mom. And I was like, the thing about commitments now, you got to drop some Bible verses. You got props to all these different people. The pastor got to be there. Like, man, get this shit over with and tell me what his kid is. Pull the hat out of the damn bag and then tell me what the kid is going to school. Like, I don't need to hear a shout out to all these different people. And the pastor got to preach and a song and dance, man. Just where the hell are you going to school, that kid? And by the time everything was over, the kid committed to the University of Memphis. Antwann Hill, I don't know nothing about him, but he a black quarterback. I haven't seen one of those in Memphis in a long ass time. Like, and I'm down for all of that for sure. Yeah, man. Antwann Hill, highly rated player. People saying he may be the highest rated player that Memphis has ever had. Highest rated recruit. Can't wait to play with this brother on college football 2026 because we will be on the road to the Heisman. Me and Antwann Hill, let's go down. So yeah, Kenny, tell us about him. Our in-house Tiger football expert.
something like that, man. I listen to the right people. Antwann Hill, man, he's a 6'5", 215-pound monster. Dude is a beast.
Big.
Right?
6'5".
Yeah, 6'5", 215 pounds. He is at this point, he is
true freshman, right? He's in high school right now.
He is a senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
He has thrown for, I think, man, don't let me get my numbers wrong, but he's only thrown for 8 interceptions his entire football career.
Damn.
Like, dude is a pocket passing arm talent that I don't think Memphis has never had a quarterback with this kind of potential. Now, does that mean it's going to translate? There's going to be a lot of stuff that has to happen. Playbooks get more intense in college, all that kind of stuff. He's going up against guys that, you know, a lot of times, even in basketball as well, when you're in high school and you're a top tier athlete, man, a lot of times you can just take that athleticism and just knock people out with it, right? Like, he's going to have to, you know, kind of grow in his game. But I'm telling you, like, let's not forget this Memphis team just took a low-level 3-star quarterback as a freshman in Seth Hennigan, and he's going to break records this year in terms of his in terms of what, you know, the statistics and all those kinds of things that he puts up. Imagine what they can do with a kid like Antwann Hill, who's coming in at a much more talented, much more athletic, much better player than Seth was as a freshman. Now, the cool part about this, though, is that this dude is, when you are like, who do you think is the best recruiter for the Memphis Grizzlies in terms of bringing in free agent talent? Is it Taylor Jenkins?
No, it's John Morant, them type of dude.
Freaking John Morant.
Hey, hold on. Calling me. Hold on.
Go on mute. Let him know.
This is how they do your boy, man. This is how they do your boy. For those of you who we had to edit that part out when we actually talked to the Memphis Grizzlies, they basically said, you know, supply and demand, saying you don't be coming to games. It's your boy, man. I can't believe this, goddammit. I can't believe this. Man. Go to break, man. Go to break, goddammit. Go to break again, goddammit. Get me out of here, kid. Get me.
The 4 names have popped up. I think of the 4, we're both kind of in agreement that Allnut is not our number 1 choice by any means.
Yeah, it's nice that he has ties here. What does he give you, right? I don't want to say Buffalo's gone to the shitter since he's been in command over there, but what they done is it's limited in terms of what he brings to the table.
Are you surprised that Jeff Crane is not on that list as interim AD? I am too.
I think a lot of people have been very impressed by him just in the Tigers on Tour stuff, just the way he's gone on the radio and talked it out.
Not only was he not listed in the article that was put out by Tim Buckley and John Martin, but both of the sources that they spoke to said that he's not even in consideration, not even going to get an interview.
That's wild to me.
Which is surprising to me.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. At Create-A-Sig, our top priority is to provide the best customer service experiences possible while offering the largest variety of vape supplies, legal THC products, and smoking accessories. Our trained sales associates are here to assist any and all customers to help them find the best products available. With our daily deals, weekend deals, loyalty rewards program, and our punch card program, there are tons of rewards to earn to help our customers save plenty of money along the way. Check out one of Create-A-Sig's 4 locations across the greater Memphis area and come visit us.
Yeah, bro. We back at the same show, Inside the Same Brain. Sponsored by Create-A-Sig. 4 area locations, man. I had somebody talk about that and change it. Come on, man. Put the locations up on the screen, man.
You got me all thrown off too.
I had the graphic back.
4 area locations. You might see me at the Midtown location. You definitely ain't gonna see me at the FedEx Forum tonight. 10 North McLean Boulevard. Bro, I ain't got an email for these folks, bro.
It might hurt.
I don't check my emails. I don't check like my email where my Grizzlies stuff goes to. I haven't. But I'm sitting there thinking like, bro, I ain't got nothing. I literally ain't got nothing for them to film. Cause I was like, they had some the job camp. I ain't know that. I didn't know about that availability. I said, I need to start checking my email. I ain't even getting no email for these folks.
Oh man.
And Lord knows I wasn't going. I just told you I wasn't going. And then when Parish said that he was going, I said, oh, I forgot about that. What are they doing? So I'll be checking my email. You didn't get one.
The content we didn't know we needed.
Hey, bro, that was funny as hell. I seriously did not care. Y'all know I don't go to games at all. I hardly even watch these motherfuckers. So.
Oh man. Oh.
Parish, have fun, bro. Hey, I'm gonna give you the free Sain shirt to wear, bro.
Free Sain.
Oh man, that's hilarious, bro.
No,
Inside the Same Brain. That's all I got, bro. That's my Inside the Same Brain. I'm feeling away. And if you ever feel away, if you get through a rough night, man, get up with my friends at Create-A-Sig. 4 area locations, 10 North McLean Boulevard. You might see Kenneth to join on 435 North Bahia Road. You also got one down in Cordova, 465 North Germantown Road, and in Memphis, on Poplar Avenue, 2889, the Memphis location. Go check that one out in East Memphis. Create-A-Sig, good stuff, man. Like I said, they take you by your hand. If you've been rejected, if you didn't make the cut to go to your team's draft night that you weren't going to anyway, but you just wanted the invite, or you like getting the invite. Yeah, check them out. Hey, man, it's hard being an independent content creator these days, bro.
Man. Hard out here.
It's hard out here, bro. Hey,
hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, man, it's all right, bro. I'm finna blaze up with my good friends at Create-A-Sig, man, for sure. This how they got your boy. This how they got your boy down bad out here. Kenny Stubblefield, Parish. Hey, bro, but for my man Kenny Stubblefield, man, for Parish Sharkey, that's it, bro. That's all I got. This was inside the same brain. Hey, your boy down bad.
It got derailed because we were gonna talk about internet trolls. We're gonna talk about folks using fake.
Y'all hating that. I'm gonna get on that too, man. Y'all suck ass high mind these fake ass accounts. Like a full blown bitch.
Face.
Grown ass men making fake accounts on Twitter, man. What are we talking about, bro?
Well, another grown ass man faces your face and then talking shit. Man, get your bitch ass up out of here. I'm down bad, bro. I'm too upset to even go off on these folks, bro. That's all I got, man. Trolling this shit.
Hey, go ahead, drop a diss, man. Go ahead, get your Kendrick.
Yeah, we need that diss track. Where's that diss track? They not like us. They not like us.
Just go ahead.
Weirdos. Man, I'm down bad over here, man.
That's tough.
Hey, man.
It's tough business, man. It's a cold world out here, man.
I support these folks, bro. I get in the Grizzly Tiger fights for these folks.
You led the whole city's team thing for the whole season, man. In the midst of the worst season,
I snatched the city's team off the Tiger basketball, threw it over the Grizzlies, bro. Get my chain back, bro, like T.I., bro, on ATL. Bro. Get my shit back.
Make a pull his Denzel, man. Can't do this to me.
Hey, change all these colors, bro. Put my Tiger colors.
I got your Tiger colors on there next time.
Yeah, man, get this shit out of here, bro. Get this out of here, bro. For Kenny Summerfield, for Parish Sharkey, it's Anthony Sain, man. I hope y'all enjoy your draft night, man, for sure. Go Grizzlies. Think it's going to be a great, fun night tonight. No, fuck, man. Hey, Memphis, high major program, bro. Let's get it, bro.
High major, baby. Let's go.
I'm going to put that tweet out right now, man. Memphis is officially a high major, bro, for real. No, it's all good, bro. We'll see y'all next time, man. Enjoy your draft, man. Go Grizzlies. Let's get it, y'all. Let's celebrate. It's going to be a big night tonight. We'll see y'all next time, man. We out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.